Hello and welcome back to Going Medieval. We are looking at our colony and there has been a new patch. The patch actually the timing was rather interesting because in the last episode I brought up that I wasn't sure if we could trade animals in the region map mode when we make a caravan. And it turns out that is the functionality that they added in the most recent patch. So we should now be able to trade animals successfully. So hopefully that works in our favor. So I can actually get maybe some breeding pairs of animals. Maybe some other animals that can do some more hauling. You know, more dogs or whatever. We did lose a dog last time, so let's take a look at our animal list while we're at it. So we do have a couple domesticated animals. It looks like the only one that's doing hauling right now, or the only one indicated to do hauling, is the goat here. I swore the dogs did hauling. Maybe they just do it natively and you don't have to check that, but they're definitely not an option right now. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on that. There's nothing else in the wild that looks particularly relevant for us. We can kill some more rats, some more hares, keep the wolf population down a little bit by, well, I guess we're not really doing that because we have plenty of corpses for them to eat. So that does not seem to be a problem at all. We have settlers suffering from the cold. I probably should have made sure that they're wearing winter clothes. Well, I have them indicated to wear winter clothes. Whether or not they're wearing it might be a different story. Or maybe the temperature's just so cold that they can't handle it. Yeah, see, -19. So it's just slightly outside of the range of some of these temperatures. So particularly cold at the moment, apparently. Okay. There were some other things added in the most recent patch. One of them was like signs. So I think we are able to make like decorative signs now. I don't see them. Oh, there. Sign. Right there. So we can label stuff with signs now. I would like to, maybe form a caravan and get it going to a nearby region. So here's our settlement. Let's take a look at nearby people who are not hostile. Looks like we have a neutral society over there. Very hostile, hostile. That's neutral up there as well. I guess let's just go to the closest trader and let's bring Boof and Yorgi with us. Maybe we'll send. Let's just send a couple people with. I probably should send Christine because she's kind of like our social person, so it's probably get better like pricing. Let's bring a crap ton of beeswax. That has a lot of value. It does weigh a bit, so it is kind of weighing us down. And we do need to bring food along to keep everybody fed and happy. So I guess we'll bring some honey along with that as well. Let's take a look here. That does give us enough food supply. We're not overweight on that. So that should be good. Let's go ahead and send them on their way and see how that goes. In the meantime, temperatures are still really, really cold. We're only on day 2 of winter, so we have a lot more ahead of us. We should have enough people doing the different jobs we need done. We do have, it looks like only one researcher not traveling. So it's going to slow down our research speed just a little bit. If we go underground here, we can see that we are making some progress carving out the addition to our cellar. We're definitely going to have to build more wall bookshelves and other stuff down here. Definitely more pantry space is going to be needed. I'm sure at some point we're going to need more space to store clothing and store armor. We definitely need to up our production of flax here as well. I'm going to expand the zone even more just because so much flax is needed to effectively make anything. So hopefully that'll be okay. If we look at our building here, this is kind of our like go-to spot for all of our crafting. And as long as it's inside the workshop, it has some production speed bonuses, except for the smelting, which actually has the smelting and the kiln, which actually has like a malice. So it looks like I already have it set here. Did I set the... That's not what I'm trying to do. All right, so I am making clay and brick and coal. And I do have that set here. So I think we should deconstruct this and deconstruct this. Although I should probably out here set that up first. So let's see, we're smelting items for metal, and then we're smelting... Yeah, let's deconstruct that as well. And then let's go over here. So let's smelt items for metal. Let's... Ooh, a cold snap. Boy, it was already cold. So we'll set these both to forever. This one will set to anything that is flimsy or sturdy at any quality. Let's melt that down. And then for this one, anything that is 50% or lower hit points, regardless of the quality, let's melt that down. And then we're going to want to make sure we're making iron and steel ingots. And we could do that until we have a certain amount. I think we're probably fine where we're at here. I'd like to get this to 200. So I think that's good. I wish this copy button would let me just copy the settings over to this next one. But that does not seem to be the case. I only need one at the moment, so I'm just going to leave that be for the time being. Same over here. Well, I guess we could do the clay bricks until we have 1,000. Oops. All right. Just because they can take a long time to cook down. Oh, come on. All right, and then until I have... Yeah, that looks acceptable. All right, so we can start making clay bricks in all of these, which should be just fine. Is there a way to only use sticks? There is. I feel like there's always an abundance of sticks. There's just so many on the ground here. Yeah, 2,000 sticks. It's hard not to use that as an option, but that's fine. All right, so settlers are exhausted. They're cold. It shouldn't be that cold inside. I mean, it's cold inside because of the cold snap in particular, but it's should be warm enough for their clothes for sure. If we go down to the basement, what's the temperature look like down there? Yeah, it's like a pretty steady -2 Celsius, so that should be fine. We do have some people getting a little miffed. They're needing a little more alcohol. They're tired. I mean, go to bed, guys. I'm not telling you can't. I don't know why they're giving such a hard time. All right, so we don't have resources to make meals. We have some pickled vegetables. We have some animal feed. We have some lavish meals. Caravan is at the destination, so let's go ahead and do a little trade here, see what we got. Is there anything worth trading here? I do not see anything other than the cattle that we brought, but they are tradable, which is nice, but I don't see anything that we can trade that's worth it. So I guess there's nothing here that I want, so I'm guessing, can we go to Dartmoor? I mean, can I just like go there? I'm right there. No? Alright, looks like I'll have to go back and then resend them over to here. If that's something I want to do. I don't know. I was kind of hoping there'd be an animal or a couple animals we could trade, but I just did not see them in the list there, so we'll just have our colonists come back to the house. Let's go ahead and hop into our campsite here. Not campsite. Near fortress. Look at this. We got stone coming up here. We got a lot of clay. I should probably, can't really see it in the winter, but there's bound to be more limestone on this map. We're gonna have to do some more trading to get that uncovered, and we can refine that into the limestone blocks, and we can continue expanding our walls and making them even better. Hopefully the cold snap in particular like passes by relatively soon. It's a little brutally cold, and I'm pretty sure some of our people are not doing too great on the clothing front, especially with cold snap. They just cannot handle it. We got our boy mining. He is clearing everything out pretty well. Almost done. We should probably start thinking about what we're gonna do in these spaces. But I really don't want to commit to anything until at least everything is cleared out of the room spaces. We could definitely slap some doors down here. If anything, that's just gonna help with the getting everything done like prior to actually utilizing those spaces. We're definitely gonna need a library. I think the further away from the entrance, like books are kind of like set it and forget it. You know, we put them down there and then we pretty much never touch them again. So those should probably be at the farthest away spaces, like this room and this room, distance wise, because food's going to need to be more accessible because they're going to be coming up and down daily for that. So I think like repurposing this even to make this into a space, like a food pantry, is probably the right play. So let's go ahead and put down some wood flooring. I think that is perfectly fine to do. We probably should just put wood flooring everywhere. Well, once the rooms are dug out. Should I floor the halls? I don't think so. Like, if anything, just for the aesthetic of not having that. Although, you know, like underground fortress, like dwarf fortress style, could be kind of cool. Let's go ahead and keep building up here. Is there any resources that I'm short on that I can deal with in the moment? Not really. Pretty much just have to wait for the season to change. It's pretty miserable. We have plenty of flaxseed. We definitely don't have to worry about that at all. As a matter of fact, getting rid of some of these seeds could be pretty useful. You're hungry. But there's meat here. You're just choosing not to eat it. That's kind of your fault. I could put, like, meat out there, but other animals will eat that too. So it's probably not worth doing. I don't know why the AI for the animals is kind of silly with that. Like, you're a dog. You were already standing over here eating this meat. You left, and now you're hungry. Why are you not going back and getting the meat? I'm not quite sure. And then, somewhat oddly, we have a goat as our hauler, who's like hauling stuff back and forth as needed. Looks like we are slowly converting all these clay pieces. Oh, nice. And they put all the crap like way out there along the edge. That's cool. Let's send another bunch of people out. Oh, is it not seeing the honey yet because it's not in the stockpile? Yeah, it's not seeing that stuff yet. So we're gonna have to wait for the stockpile to be fully replenished with this stuff before we can do anything with it. That's rather unfortunate. Well, that's gonna create some caravan delays for sure. Looks like our people are doing some hauling though, so they're at least bringing it back, having some sense of priority on that. It looks like. Uh, we have a lot of clay. 1100 clay. How many pieces of clay are used to make brick? So 40 clay. So we get about half back. So we'll get like 600 clay bricks by the end of the smelting. The good thing is it'll free up some space, right? So at least that we got that going for us. We do have the ability to make. Oh, hey, look at that. We do have the ability to make swords. We discovered that technology, I think, last episode. So we could take our smith and spend some time making weapons, which would probably be a good idea. Christine, you are writing, but you should probably do some bartering. Let's see what our options are here. I for sure. Oh, look at that. So I can acquire some chickens. I mean, let's just do one male, one female. They'll probably breed, so we'll be fine. Flax seeds. I would love to get rid of, like, I don't know, 400 flax seeds. Every time, I mean, we're gonna get so many that it's not really worth keeping this many. They just take up a lot of shelf space. It's not really worth it. What can we buy? I'm not seeing any animal. These are all our animals. So I'm not really seeing any great options for us so far. You could buy some wool cloth. I guess that wouldn't be useless. We could buy. Might as well buy some limestone bricks. If anything, it gives them more storage space so we could sell them more stuff. We could definitely sell them some honey. I think I'd prefer to sell them beeswax first, so let's not get ahead of ourselves there. It is nice that they have chickens in the caravan. All right. So sell all the beeswax that we have in our storage currently. There's more on the edge of the map, but they got to bring it back. And I'm not going to wait for that. We could sell some honey. We don't need to sell that much. We just need to be in the range there. Let's go ahead and accept that. Okay, she has a 29 speech skill now, which is great. Florence, if you're so tired, why are you not sleeping? You're cold hardy, which is good. He is going to sleep. All right, you're hungry, but that's kind of a self-inflicted wound. Is that our... That is a wild cattle? That was not on the map earlier. It's actually not in this list either. Oh no, there it is. Okay, I totally scrolled right past it. Maybe I scrolled past it earlier, I'm not sure. But in any case, Bobo, you're over here. I think we're gonna have to like do some hunting here. I am quite worried about our animals. Why are they just going to bed? I'm gonna make everybody have leisure time. No, not everybody. We'll do 4 there, 2 there, 2 there, and then we'll make a bunch of work. I don't know how you... I don't think that's useful. We'll just put those to anything. Let's see how that behaves. Okay, so now the dog is up here. I assume running to eat something. Okay. Well, at least it's fed. What was that? Something the wild animals killed? Oh, it's... Yeah, that's a dead fox. Interesting. We're still hauling back those beeswax piles. It's kind of crazy. Got our chickens in here. Plucking along. All right, everything's going pretty well. Day 5 of winter, so we have several more days to go still, but at least it's not the cold snap anymore. It's negative 19, which their clothing can handle, so we don't have to worry as much about that. What is going on here? Looks like we're still just firing clay. This is waiting for a worker, so there is something to be done. The worker's just not available to do it. So let's take a look at our prioritization here. When we're looking at... Probably smithing would be the job for this, right? Yes. So Missa has a 1 for smithing and also a 1 for mining. So I think once the mining is done, the smithing should commence. Now, since they're our only smith, well, our only decent smith, Oscar should probably be higher up there too. I think we should reprioritize that. We have other carpenters that have at least fair skills in carpentry. Yeah, 19. 12. So why not make the only smith have a little bit of a higher priority for that? Really high culinary too, though. But I will drop it down to a secondary task. And honestly, even the mining, like we could just increase the priority on these people. They all have pretty high mining in general, so there's no reason not to do that. There we go. Now smithing is a little more focused on this character, which is probably for the best. Well, actually, no, this isn't even the right character. Is it? It's the one I was just looking at. Yeah, yeah. That's not it. It was somebody else. No. Oh, yeah, I was looking at mining, not smithing. That explains that. Okay. I was being silly. All right, so we have our dismantling of garbage items happening, which is just essentially converting them to ingots that we can then use to make new weapons. And eventually we'll have smithing skill high enough where everything's going to be great quality. Oh, it looks like she's actually working on crafting mail armor right now. Okay, we got some sleepy and cold settlers. They are sleeping, so at least there's that. Misa has gained perk wash out. Did I miss that name or did I get that name wrong? Ooh. Good thing they like winter. Oh, there it is. Wash out. Rain clouds unhappy. Okay, so that's kind of a negative trait, which is less than ideal, but there's really nothing we can do about it. How is our collection of resources going? Slowly but surely. It's still taking a long time to get that stuff, which is a little annoying. How is... Do we need to train chickens? I don't think so. It's not like they're going to be hauling anything. We do have the Gambison now, so I think we could probably start sniping some deer and some wolves here and there. Okay, so I guess we're just kind of waiting right now. How is the dig going down in the basement? The digging's pretty much done. We could start putting down some wood floors, I think. Let's at least get that started. I do think we can also we know we're gonna put some bookshelves in this back area, right? So we might as well get that going. Is that going to go on the wall? It does look like it. All right. Might as well put it on every wall in both of these spaces. And that'll be at least another library spot to store more books. So that they're not just like dropped on the floor and sitting there like that. Let's take a look at our research options. So it probably makes sense to start working towards, we got brewing, so that's all taken care of. We don't really have anybody high enough skill to grow herbs, so it's probably not worth going the chemistry route yet, but that is something I would like to do in the future. Crossbow, kind of same situation, but it's probably good to get that out of the way. Everything else requires the higher research, so let's go ahead and just unlock that and get that out of the way. And while we're at it, we will we'll unlock crossbows and decorative structures. So kind of knocked out 3 researches right there, and we're getting pretty close to the end of the tech tree there. So let's go ahead and, while we're in the mode of building, let's get an advanced research table in this room here, because that's going to be somebody's jam. Somebody's going to be working on that. Although there's not enough resources. Mechanical components. So we need to make some mechanical components. Speaking of which, we are producing armor. How is that shaping up? We certainly have to have made some armor by now. I was pretty sure she worked on another thing of armor, so the quality must have been okay, because these are set to have all the low hit point and flimsy, crappy quality armor. Let's take a look at, I have it set for heavy armor, but I guess technically that's probably light armor. Let's go down to the basement, take gander. That's all clothing, it's not armor. They're weapons. Wow, so there's really, okay, so these do hold warfare stuff too. Everything looks like clothing. I'm not seeing any armor, unless I'm totally overlooking it. I don't know where the armor ended up. Well, she just finished a piece there. It's good. It's good male armor. Is male armor one of the pieces of armor allowed in this? It is. So hopefully Christine goes and equips that. Acton just snagged it. I don't know if he's just storing it down in the basement. I think so. Yeah, there it is. She put it on. So we are now officially wearing armor that we've crafted in-house. That's perfect. And with that, I think we're at a good spot to put the cut in for today. Not a whole lot happened, unfortunately. I was hoping to trade off some animal. I guess we did trade animals. We got the 2 chickens. But I was hoping to like go to a settlement and get some animals traded. But we have a fair amount of food in our stockpiles. Will definitely ride us through the winter, no problem. We have clay bricks in production. We're smelting down garbage metal products to make male armor, and that seems to be going really well for us. Once I have a higher smithing level, I'm thinking, you know, probably level 20-ish on our smith. We could start crafting some weapons. I know right now I just have the 1 melee character, but I'd probably want to add some more people to the mix at some point. But yeah, everything seems to be going pretty smoothly for the time being. A lot's gonna start changing, I think, in the summer, with having more stuff being planted, a lot more once we get to the harvest season, getting a lot more linen, and that's going to unlock the ability to craft a lot more equipment. Just keep building those skills up. We are still trying to train a bunch of different animals on the map, so hopefully work towards taming them, and everything is continuing to evolve. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel if you want to see more content in the future. And we will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.